recording, and we are good. How is everybody doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Hopefully everyone had some amazing holidays. I personally spent a heaps of time with family. Hopefully you guys did the same. We're another minute or so, and then we'll just start talking some charts and some things. I think there's a lot happening at the moment, so lots happening. Starting with the dollar, of course. We're just about to have some pretty big news very soon. A couple of hours, I think it is. So we shall see what this DXY wants to do, but I know that we've been talking about this for months and weeks, but I still think that we're gonna go into this monthly candle right here. Right, we are in there now, so you can see the reversal is probably gonna happen pretty soon, which obviously means dollar goes down, assets go up. So SP 500, our stocks, our crypto. So we should start to see some sort of reversal soon, and I guess we can also take a bit of a look at what the Bitcoin dominance is doing, which is obviously for us in crypto is the number one thing that we should all be watching. And today was a good day, I think, and please do let me know in the chats if you can hear me okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening, Happy New Year. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me fine, and if you've got any question, it's all good, awesome. Yeah, so Bitcoin dominance, obviously, we all know by now what it is and what it does. So my biggest fear was we were going to come somewhere in this ugly monthly candle, which would put us into the 64% dominance to 70%, meaning that for every dollar in crypto, Bitcoin would have 64% to 70% dominance. But I don't think, and I'm going to say this with a grain of salt, I don't think we're going to come back there. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not discarding it 100%. I just find it a little bit hard at the moment. I think the reversal is in. If we take a simple fib, right, like we tap the 618 nicely, big strong rejection, that's what we want to see. From these big fib levels, like if you start seeing some weak rejections, or that's when you kind of go, maybe it doesn't stick. But to me, it looks like this reversal did stick, and obviously you can see here we had a break of structure, beautiful right there. We made a lower low, and now we made potentially what it's going to be a lower high, providing we don't do a harmonic. And another say it's probably looking at this same way I am. This is still a possibility somewhere here, or potentially, because it's not quite a butterfly yet, so hopefully it ends somewhere here, but it could potentially, if it does become a butterfly, still go into the 125, which will put us into that monthly candle. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm hoping this harmonic doesn't play out. The last stop, top G, that was on the 20th of December, this high right here on the daily anyway. So yeah, look, today, great day. What I do particularly like is this. You can see no wicks. We did close a little bit higher than the previous high, but just like marginally, right, like you can see. So I do like this rejection. I do like that we're weak and then we're starting to go down. Just, yeah, looking at the one before. The one before was on 21st of November. So you can see that was basically double high, equal high, boom. And that was kind of when we went, okay, we're going to start to go down. The big level to watch, guys and girls, is going to be that 55%. On the 3 days, you can see clearly, more than the daily, this is the level. Like once we start closing down below that 55%, it's old season. It's, yeah, go time for all the alts that we love. Up until now, we're kind of in this range, and there's not really much that we can do. It's choppy market. I'm not confident enough. Like, this could potentially give us another push high and come and mitigate some of these weeks, but it could also very well just drop down. So just in a couple of leverage plays, and I'm not buying anything spot currently, because I just think that we could potentially go lower. But if you go and have a bit of a look at where the dollar is, Bitcoin is today, I didn't share this one, but I wanted to talk about this display. I wanted to run you through why I would have taken it. I'm already in a sol short, that's why I didn't take it. You know, we're doing very well in that sol short, as you can see, a lot higher. But this was another potential opportunity for anyone that learns how to trade smart money and candles. So on the 3 days, which is one of my favorite time to trade, like the time frame wise, daily and 3 days are awesome personally for me. So you can see this big push up. So that was liquidity basically just up here. Right, that was the liquidity. That was like the equal highs taken out by this nice big candle right here, right? And that obviously got mitigated beautifully. So I had 2 entries potentially highlighted, never touched entry 2, but that would have been a nice one. Don't need to worry about that, because if you did follow, you're in this beautiful Solana short, which we took. And I guess I just wanted to talk today a little bit about why we took this short, right? Because it was at a level where people are saying, oh, you know, we're still so bullish. Like, I think it was back, I'm gonna say somewhere here, right? It was back here where people are like, yeah, this is bullish, you know, we're going back up, we're going higher. But there's a couple of things that you gotta look at, right? Like, and if you trade smart money like myself and say you can see that we look at liquidity more than anything. Like this equal highs up here. When we see this candle, this type of candles on a 4 hour, but that was also on the daily, that white candle, that immediately takes our attention. And that's what we trade off. So I highlighted that, and then I actually scaled down all the way into 5 minutes. But that was, let me play, because I'm currently in replay mode. But you can see basically we started going down. Sorry guys, just a little, I went too far. Let me go into the 4 hour and play there. You can see we kind of went close to that entry at the first time around, and this is where I actually ended up taking it from there, because it was close enough for me personally to take it. So I scaled down into 5 minutes. That's the only time I go into these really low time frames for myself. I basically just take a macro perspective on a daily and a 4 hours, and then I scale down into low time frame just to find and refine an entry. So that was the candle for me that took my interest. You can see this is on a 5 minutes here. This was the candle right here. Oh my gosh, this is massive. Right here. Yeah, and I just took the entry from there. I usually do 2 entries. So the first one was at the base of the candle into this basically fair value gap or imbalance, and that's the one I took. And then I had a second one set up a little bit higher, and that was basically just into that candle that we saw earlier. It never triggered, never went up there. So this is a nice little snipe, because we wouldn't have gotten that second entry. So we had very little drawdown, right? And now we're just basically just sitting into this short. We had take 1 profit, take 2 also hit. Just mind you, this is on a replay still, so you can see now we're really chilling into that. We're past that take 2, and I have taken profit. I hope you guys did too. There's 4 take profits here, so the way I personally trade is 20. If I've got 4, right, like in this case it was entry 1, entry 2, 25%. It's going to be 25% here, and then the last 25% to make 100% is going to be down here. So currently I'm 50% out of this position, and I'm happy. Way in profit already. So yeah, not complaining. But XRP I also took, and the reason why I didn't share the BTC or the XRP, and I think this is an important, the important part that I wanted to run by you, is we tried to look for the best risk to reward trades, right? Like all this, if you trade the same, the way that basically I just explained, all this had the same setup. Like BTC had a candle, Ethereum had actually a long, so I closed my long up here, so I'm not in that long anymore. But BTC had a short, Sol had a short, and XRP had a short, and I share with you guys the one that had the best risk to reward. You could have taken Bitcoin now, but you wouldn't be sitting in as much profit, as you can see, whereas Sol is much more developed. And XRP, there is I basically saw this not going as low, so trying to share with you guys what gives you the best risk to reward, and Sol was it. I did close, and I'm full disclosure, so I was also in an XRP short, and I closed that. I closed that for that reason that I just explained. So I see XRP starting to slowly reverse from here. It's forming this little channel. I've taken my profit on TP1, TP2. I'm out of XRP, but I'm still in Sol because, like I said, now my stop loss is moved to TP1, so we'll just let that one go. And ETH, yeah, I was in a long. I closed it up here. I think we'll just chill for a bit and see how we go. But like I said, a thing that I wanted to chat to you today about was a narrative that I think we all know is super hot, right? Like it's AI, and we're talking about agents and I guess swarms and things like that, and it is going to be massive, I think, in the coming, not in this coming cycle, but it's going to be massive in the coming years. So the way I see these agents, which are starting now, with Wayfinder, I've got up here in the tab, and all these things, is basically going to be like personal assistant. So what we're seeing in crypto right now is just a dabbling, and I think there's a conversation that needs to be had about what is a dev in the first place. Like in crypto right now, everyone is called a dev, but when you boil it down, a developer is actually someone that has serious coding skills and can code, whereas these AI agents, you can go on virtual and create your own in 2 minutes with zero coding skills and a lot of bugs. So we're not quite there yet in terms of having this skill refined. There's a lot of issues, and the one that I shared with you guys today in the chat was in regards to hype. I was having a chat literally just before this live stream with I think it was, who was it with, one of you guys on the chat. Hopefully you're here on the Matt, was it you, Matt Maximus, maybe? I was having a chat with someone on the chat earlier, on the general chat. This hype or hyper liquidity, right? Like there is serious devs, and when I said devs, I mean proper developers, like proper coders, white hat hackers that are giving so many red flags on this project, and I'm not fighting. I'm not in it, so I'm not fighting anything. Like I don't know the project too much. I just go by my background, which is I'm a full stack developer. That's my job. So when I see certain people talking technical stuff, I'm interested. And yeah, there's a lot of red flags here in terms of security by the team not being addressed properly. And this is obviously a new project, right? We started in December. Massive run. People made absolute bags here, but I don't think we are done dumping. Let's just put it that way. So I'm looking for shorts, and I want to share here with you guys first. Like on a 4-hour time frame, this is the candle that I've got currently a short setup on Bybit. I can trade it on Bybit, so that candle right there. I'll be short in this. Tight stop loss, and look, potentially I think I've got it down here, but I wouldn't be surprised if some sort of news event hack comes around and we downpull the way down there. So do with this information what you like, but yeah, there's some serious people in the coding industry that are raising flags of security on this project, and it's not just FUD. And you can see obviously this was a nice liquidity level taken out here. This candle, 1 hour candle, would have been a perfect entry. Unfortunately I didn't take it. This would have been the entry right here, there. So we didn't take that one, but I'm looking at a retest. Hopefully we sweep these highs and we do something like this and then just dump. So I'll be shorting this hyper liquidity. And I just wanted to touch base, yeah, on the whole AI narrative. Just be aware. Obviously, we'd like to trade meme coins in Greeny's Discord, but AI is just a little bit different, right? Like, I've got this AI tab here, and these are the only really serious AI projects, if you like to call them so, that I'm interested in currently, just because they've been around, they've been vetted. We know the team. You know, Fetch, like something like Fetch or even Ocean, right? Same project. Like they're in great DCA areas, like at the moment. And someone asked earlier, is this the time to DCA? I think we can still push a little bit further down, depending on Bitcoin decides to do it, which I'll go just before I go over just before the end of this call. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of, you know, push back down here, consolidate for a bit, and then just explode up. So and similar to Ocean, same chart. So you can see liquidity down here. We can probably just go down here, take it, and then just explode up. So these are the projects that I like to save my cash, my stables for. Things like, you know, GRT I think currently is at a seriously underpriced value, and it's actually held better than most. Like, I've been wanting to so bad, I've been wanting GRT to just come and take this liquidity down here and just not pushing down. You know, the moment GRT goes below 18 cents, like, I've got big bag just waiting for it. Just, yeah, it's this thing is going to do numbers eventually this cycle, I think. And another AI project which obviously was hot this year was Grass. You can see Grass has started to make some bearish price action here. And when I say bearish, why do I say bearish? So obviously we have higher high, rejection, and then now we're doing lower highs. So I'd like to see this kind of liquidity taken out and then potentially just dump down here, and then this is where I'm going to bid on Grass or thereabouts. So I've sold my airdrop literally here, like I've left it on the chart like at the bottom, because it was free money. I didn't know what it was. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna dump it. You know, for what was that, $50 I dumped it. I mean, I could have made, instead of 50, 150 potentially, but yeah, not life-changing money, right? But anyway, we're still waiting. I want to see this liquidity taken out, and then this is where I'm gonna enter Grass, because it is a project that is, again, proving that they you know, they're good at what they do. They have onboarded a ton of people. There's this, like, I've got people messaging me on the sides, like, how do I claim? Am I part of, you know, Epoch One? Like you can see up here, I'm currently running a node for them. So yeah, and then obviously ICP. This is a big picture play to mine. You can see, like, all-time high was just silly, but this was, I think I've showed this chart before. This was all basically VC money dumping, taking huge profit from, you know, $400+ to where we are now, which is, you know, the $10 mark. But I would like to still consolidate my bag, because I've got a nice stash of ICP, but I still like to consolidate a bit more once we start breaking this kind of trend line down here. This is my DCA zone, and obviously I'll ping everyone here. The last one that I'm probably going to talk about for AI that I'm really interested in is Tau, BitTensor. And BitTensor is something that we were buying literally, I think it was like first down here, then my first Tau entry was somewhere here, then I bought a little bit more, like after, like as soon as you took that out. So I've been DCA on the way up, but now I'm kind of chilling on my entries, see what happens. If it does start to break down this area, obviously this liquidity down here, then I'll probably look at, you know, saving some stables for low 200, somewhere between like 200 and 350 thereabouts. It will be a nice accumulation area for Tau. Yeah, and then I think we were talking about on the chat with in regards to Prime and the whole what's it called, the new airdrop that's coming out. It's like prompt coming up. You basically stake Prime and you get prompt. So that's interesting. I did a bit of a deep dive on that one, and I think it's a cool concept. Obviously the team behind the big game is this chart that I'm looking at, and you guys are looking at, it's Illuvium versus Prime. So I have been in Illuvium since, you know, $30, obviously shot up to way past 120 and then just retrace. So now it's like a 50, 40. So what I'm looking at doing, and the reason why I'm looking at this chart, I'm going to be looking at rolling some Illuvium into Prime, but I wanted to see how they're performing, and I'm probably not going to do that after seeing this chart. And the reason is, in a chart where one asset being the first one in the chart, Illuvium, is so far down compared to the second asset, I'm probably not going to do just a simple swap. I'll probably save some stables, and the reason why I wanted to share this chart is I'd like anyone on this call and that is listening to this live to start to get into this mentality where you go, okay, oh yeah, I'm just gonna swap for this. Okay, before you do that, hang on a second, do a comparison on how the two are comparing against each other, and it's super simple, right? Like, we'll do this live. Like, tell me in the chat 2 pairs that you want to compare against each other. Go, any pairs. You decide. Chat decides. First in goes. Let's see what the chat decides. WIF POPCAT. Awesome. So we're gonna do plus button, search. It's WIF USDT. Then we do a / and we do POPCAT USDT. Literally, right? Like, it's WIF obviously against USDT without any slash, then / POPCAT USDT. Click enter. We got a chart. This is WIF against POPCAT. Nice chart to look at. Obviously, we had WIF that was much lower. Like, it's going down, but from here we can see, that was the breaker structure. High. Now we're making higher lows, and once it breaks here, which is probably going to be today, yeah, WIF against I'd rather be in WIF than POPCAT. And this is the kind of mentality that you got to have as an investor, as a trader. Like, which pair is stronger? Where would I rather hold? Where would I rather keep my money? Yeah. Oh my gosh, sexy! I just saw your thing in the chat. Hyperliquid exploit before February. Yeah, okay. I like those. Yeah, 2% chance. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, so you can do this against anything, man. Like, you can do this, like I was doing, a really cool chart, which I think someone shared the other day. It was, or maybe it wasn't a different chart, but BTC USDT against gold, right? Like the two assets, and this is an interesting chart to look at, because obviously two of the strongest assets in the world, and you can see. Yeah, 4,000, 3,000. I'm gonna chuck a 20 for an exploit on Hyperliquid. that would be nice. That could be life-changing money right there. Okay. Oh my gosh. $20 into $800. Nice. I like those odds. Look, this is a good chart though. Like, it kind of tells us, right? Like, strongest assets, of course, we can see back in January this time last year, Bitcoin was very low compared to gold. Like, you can see, like, this was basically Bitcoin at an all-time low against gold, almost all-time low, but like at the obviously bottom of the bear market. And now we can see gold as is starting to reclaim a little bit now. Obviously, Bitcoin is going down, but we're very much in a good position. So I like assets. That's the other thing I trade. It's obviously, I don't just trade crypto. I'm a forex trader. I trade commodities. I trade stocks. Make sure that you go and follow us on the stock channel. We've had some really nice plays currently. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to chat about. Mostly the overall market. And the last thing I wanted to say, I did promise that we were going to go through, is where is Bitcoin currently. And I see BTC. What is there nothing? What's going on there? They'll disappear. I see basically the CME chart. Right, this is they're there. Okay, a little bit slow. Trading view. BTC dot. I think it's 1 for memory. I've got it here. It's the CME chart, and I think we talked about it in the chart. This is basically the commodity chart of Bitcoin, right, on the Chicago Market Exchange, CME. These are the futures of Bitcoins, and you can see these like massive gaps that happen. These gaps will get filled. Might be not now, might be now. We might be doing something like this and then explode up, or we might just just blast through high in the wave 5, which is a nice thing that I've been keeping an eye on this super macro level. Like we're talking now, this is on a weekly, so really I've been looking on a monthly kind of thing, so you can see this kind of move. So this is, for me, that was the massive value wave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we're currently in wave 5. Where does he end? We don't know, like we'll see. Obviously I've got some targets set personally around 150 to 180 potentially, like that's kind of my target. But we are very much in a wave 5 of an Elliott wave. If anyone is interested into Elliott wave, have a look. Yeah, this is the Bitcoin basically chart for futures, and this kind of feels historically, don't take my word for it, I'm not like I am wrong, but as always, anything that you hear online, just go and backtest. You can see gap right here, get filled, gap right here, get filled, gap right here, get filled, gap, get filled. You get the gist. There is this massive gap here. I think it will get filled. It's huge. We'll see when it is. Like it would not surprise me in the slightest if this is the push down that is going to get us there. Sometimes between now and end of Jan, and then we go up again. We talked about, I think on the chat, about a little bit what seasonality is, and I don't want to scare anyone off if you don't know what it is, but basically there is rhythms in the markets, right? Like you can see, obviously we talk about Fibonacci sequence, like all this beautiful symmetry and geometries and things like that, but the reality is there is actually seasons for the markets too. And one of the things that's good to keep track of is obviously assets in crypto. And if you go into this website, which is called Equity Clock, you can go here and just go into seasonality, and you can basically see the seasonality of anything. Like you just hop over to the right. I want to have a look at commodity, or actually equities, and Jordan, that's odds of Hyperliquid getting hacked before February. There's only 2% chance, so if they do get hacked, yeah, there's some money to be made. But yeah, from Equity Clock, you're going to you can see like this S&P 500, for example, right? Like this is what the S&P 500 has performed historically over the course of 30-40 years. Like there's all this data that's been collected, and we treat obviously Bitcoin is a little bit different because it is crypto, but it's still an asset. And if you look at it, we're looking at January historically starting high, and then on the second half having a push down to then explode up in February and having a big drop down into March, making a lower low. So could that be the one that pushed us down? Could this be the drop that pushes down back into that CME gap that we just talked about, or could be this the one? But regardless, if we are following some sort of direction similar to this, I am expecting some sort of bearish momentum, which we are now. Like this is the part where we are right now. Like we started the downtrend. If we then push up again, and then obviously we can see March, April, May, all the way to May, big rally up. You can do the same with Bitcoin, but there's not enough data. There's not too much data anyway to go with it. But this is a good website. Have a look at it. Equity Clock. You go into seasonality, and yeah, you can basically do it on anything. You can do it on materials. You can do it on gold. If you want to have a look, what you can do it on currencies. Like you go into currency. It's a good one. I was looking at today. Was what is the dollar? Obviously the US dollar doing, and yeah, you can see like. Obviously, January up, down, which will make sense, right? Like Trump's going to take presidency, big drop down, scare people off, shake, and then yeah, big drop down. We'll see. But yeah, there's a couple of different tools that we use in Forex, which are pretty cool to use in crypto too. So that's pretty much it for what I wanted to run today. And then I wanted to kind of open it up to you guys and girls for any questions that you might have, or any charts that you want me to have a look at. I know that we just looked at WIF versus POPCAT, but anyone else? Chat. What do we think? What do we think? BB. 50k next. Oh gosh. Tell you what. I don't know if you're gonna like this answer, but it's on record. It's recorded, so I'm gonna give it anyway. But it's not another question. 50k. Like, the cost of mining Bitcoin right now is around 50 to 60, I think, because of inflation and whatnot. So you meant 150, 150 next. Yeah, oh man, it's possible, totally. Like, we could go up, we could go down. My personal opinion, and this is like, currently it's a 50-50, but more like a 60-40 maybe. I do think we're going to push a little bit lower. You know, I do think we're going to go a little bit lower. Potentially we could go and clear these lows here and do some sort of movement like this, and then up, which would take us into February, right? Like some sort of movement, price action like this would take us into February, which kind of would make sense. Let's have a look at bounce bit. Bounce bit. BB USD. Would that be it? Yes, got that big X on Binance. Let's have a look at it. I love that Sexy comes out with this random coins that, you know, do a 50x. Like, he was one of the first on him when Pyth was like nothing. He was like, guys, invest into this, and nobody listened, including me. I was retiring his family line out of it. Love this chart. Love to see. Obviously, we are very big level here of liquidity. Let me just get some straight lines here, because I'm OCD. So something like this, we can see there. We can see some nice liquidity. That's the structure right there. There's a lot of levels of liquidity that like to be taken before I enter this slide. This, obviously, if your entry was somewhere down here, anyone, awesome, you'll be up, you know, almost 3x. Bounce Bitcoin is CDFI infrastructure, offering institutional grade yield products, risk-taking use cases, RWA integration, and CDFI as a service, making a high yield opportunities accessible to all. Yes, sounds awesome. Everybody likes high yield. I'll put this in the. I'll leave that there. Actually, this is my personal watch list. So, but yeah, it will be interesting to see. Like, I'll probably wait for something like, where is that? There to there. Yeah, clear this liquidity line, and then entry somewhere around these lows here, like from that low, even from here, like from 33 cents to 26 cents. That's a nice little DCA area just there. Something like that will be nice. Clear some money first, and what do you got? Yeah, out of the daily. Yeah, that. Look at that. There. It's nice. Nice candle. What Sexy is seeing, guys and girls, is basically this candle right here, which was, or two candles, because I've got a feeling that if we go on the 3 days, that would be a beautiful, or maybe on the 2 days. No, on the daily is nicer. These two candles back to back, basically taking this liquidity out. This is the candle that's got his attention. I'm speaking for you, Sexy, but I feel like I know you. I know the way you trade. So he's probably looking at this kind of, you know, taking liquidity. That's the candle. Obviously, we've had already one tap of that liquidity, and then we had the other kind of attempt to it, but obviously we're forming this trap for, I guess, retail, which is the trend line. Once we go back, and we're probably going to retest that area and then bounce back. Nice. Casper, I am bullish on Casper. I am bullish, and I am in a very nice DCA area currently on Casper. Actually, I think we're just about to on spot. Where is it? Casper BTC. Yep. So you can see that that's my area where I've been DCAing just here. I come into the DCA. These are all areas that I've shared with you guys on the Discord, on the channel. And when I have a green box like this is DCA. That's usually what I do. I start, chucking in every time we go lower, and chucking in, and it's sitting in this premium area of liquidity. The only thing that I do have flag for Casper is this massive area. Obviously, this is there's some big orders, some big liquidity stacked down here below these lows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 equal lows. There's a solid chance that we will, at least come lower and then go up. But I'm very much happy to basically just DCA every week into Casper this level. And if we do come lower, sure. This week has got my attention right here. So 8 cents. It's hard. Like, I would be a little bit more surprised if we get that low potentially, but not totally. Oh, we're never gonna get down there. No, that's definitely possible. But yeah, watch out for this. Basically, this liquidity here, and here. It's gonna get taken out, I think. When, we'll see. And Casper BTC, yes, I have that chart somewhere in my BTC. I wanted to invest here so bad, and I'm glad that I didn't, because obviously that you can see I would have been down, but that's just patience, and there's just not a lot of data currently because Casper, it is relatively new. So we've obviously made, this is Casper against Bitcoin, mind you. You can see, like, obviously massive liquidity gets taken out. We're now making constant lower lows. So until this dominance, Bitcoin dominance that we discussed earlier, starts making some, serious lower lows, like low, and takes out this, charts against Bitcoin, it's a little bit high. And I know that I'm personally, I'm on a Maker BTC and a Tower BTC, and I'm under, like I'm in the red right now, but I'm not stressed. Like, this chart is going to eventually drop. George, you're meaning Hyper versus Pepe? So Hype USDT against Pepe USDT, is that what you mean? Yeah. Oh, individually. Okay. Let's have a look. So Hype we just did, right? Like Hype, I'm bearish on Hype. I'm bearish, and I'm happy to be proven wrong. It's just there's a lot of all good. So we covered it earlier. Basically, what I said is that this 4-hour candle, that's the short I've got set up already. So if we go back into on Bybit, what is that? 22.838. I've got a short set up, tight stop loss, and I'll be writing this down. And for Pepe, I am actually a little bit upset because I had Pepe charted up beautifully. I was like, oh, this, what I saw, it was this, obviously beautiful fib level, nice big, you can see like rejection out of the 618. It literally just tapped down, didn't make the 705 or the 786, and it just refused. Like, obviously now we are starting to make some new lows, but if Pepe can hold this level, this is a big level right here, like the, what is that, 1700, it's got so many zeros, depends on the chart, but basically 17, then I think Pepe will stick. I think it's got a chance to fight and go back up. Failing this, it's not nice. Like, we're probably gonna go back into, the, what is that, the 10 to 12s potentially. So it's kind of like at a make it or break it currently. I think Pepe. It did break this liquidity, which is nice because obviously it's a market more. It's an efficient market taking out money, which is good. You want that, but yeah, this is the candle that potentially we could very much tap into, which will correlate to the 618 again. So a retest of this, you know, something like this. You want to see some strong reaction from here though. That's the only thing with Pepe. Yeah, hype, same. Look, and I'm not saying I'm not gonna buy hype. Like, I'm happy to chuck a leverage, right? Like, I'm happy to start looking at leverage plays. I don't have to put hype in their portfolio. Like, if I don't like a project and I don't necessarily, you know, think it's going to do well, I can still make money off it, you know, just on leverage. And this sort of block is nice on hype. We're looking at, obviously the market came here, so basically lots of buying pressure, indecision. That means that there's strong sold pressure here, and the market does tend to come back to those kind of levels, right? Like, these are kind of areas where the market goes, okay, stop, there's a lot of pressure here, we're going to come back and revisit, let's close some orders, and then if it has to, you know, if it's ready to go up, it'll go up again. Pepe highs, yep. I do like Pepe. I actually had what was that? I think it was WIF. Maybe bonk, actually. Yeah, it was bonk. I saw this reversal coming. I had it charted up and I didn't take it. And I had bonk against USDT. I swapped some bonk into Bitcoin, and I was ready to swap Bitcoin back into into bonk, so Bitcoin back into USD. Sorry, Bitcoin back into bonk. But yeah, it's similar here for bonk. You can see, like, the market is obviously really trying to hold this level. Like, this is basically just saying, oh, I'm trying. This could be a fake out, and this could be the move that was, you know, programmed to come back into this kind of candle right here. So, which would be an 886. This is possible for bonk. This kind of moves, you know, if you go on in 3 days, that's the kind of candle that has got my attention for a short. If we come back to it, I don't know if we will, but yeah, this could be, it depends how we do from here. Like, if we start closing, and I think there's 12 hours, yeah, 12 hours to the next daily candle, but you can see we're probably going to close lower. So yeah, not looking too rosy currently. It could reverse up. You know, this could end up just printing a wick. Depends what it prints. But this kind of 3-day candle, like, if we come back to it and this candle ends up printing lower, this will be a nice short. So from, what is that, from here basically to here, this could be a nice short down. So continuation lower anyway. Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at. The last few days, not too much, because obviously Christmas is in the way. I'll do another live on Friday. I want to do a couple of lives this week because we missed one due to Christmas, so wanted to make sure that you guys are up to speed. But yeah, virtuals is just mind-boggling for me. Like, that's the other thing I guess I wanted to chat in terms of AI agents. Virtual is just unstoppable. I sold all my virtuals up here. Yeah, we could have gone higher, and we did. Like, I sold at 3.7 and we ended up going to 5. But this thing, keep an eye on it. If it does come back here, which I think we will, into this, what is that? Just call it $3 down to $2, 3 to 2. This will be a nice play, I think, for virtuals. Wait, I'm still driving. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. My mouse has been doing weird stuff today. Still on holiday mode. But yeah, that's it. I don't know what I drew. Any questions, guys or girls? Put them in the chat. Happy to chill for a minute. Drink my grape juice. All good. Pleasure. No dramas. Yeah, Cass is looking good. No sweat, guys and girls. So absolute pleasure, and thank you for kicking it with me. I know that it's late for some of you, so as always, I really appreciate anyone that stays up, and you know, your time is the most valuable thing. It's not the charts, it's not money. Choose your time wisely, so we don't ever take for granted when you guys tune in. We're grateful to you guys. So thanks for tuning in, and we shall see you on Friday, Aussie time, of course. Have a good night.